get ready, tune in, unwind. It's the Smoke World Podcast. It's time to talk about what's happening, baby. So run, don't crawl. It's the Smoke World Podcast. It's time to think. So go ahead and get yourself a smooth drink. It's the Smoke World Podcast. Light up your cigar, put your feet up, and don't go too far. So tune in weekly in your car, at home, or on your phone, and listen in the Smoke World Podcast, hosted by Stone.
What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Smoke World. I'm your host, Stone. So go grab that stick, go grab a glass or whatever you're drinking. Let's sit back and have the conversation. Speaking of conversation, we're live again. L-I-V-E, live in the lounge. We got a few brothers, no sisters today. That's one thing about this lounge. We don't really have any sisters in this lounge. But got sketches in the building.
Today.
What name you rocking with? Steph Money?
No, I'm
innocent. Like that?
I'm innocent of all charges. So
okay, that's true.
I'm just here sharing what I can share today.
God gonna bless you. God gonna bless you.
Thank you so much.
Then we got like an open mic on one side. We have individuals, so you may not hear them that clearly, but they got big voices and big mouths.
But they of Christian mind.
What does that mean?
Most certainly do. At least one of them.
Yeah, they go to church.
At least one of them.
Yeah, some of them go to church.
Some of us.
Yeah,
some of us.
Yeah, Pastor Bumpy.
Some of them are scared of Jesus.
Money Mike's in the building. Speaking of Mike's, I pulled up in the parking lot, and it's just like muscle memory in your head. I saw the gentleman. His name is Mike. Be snitching, and his hood was up. So I'm thinking, automatically my brain goes into the damn. Okay, something's wrong with his car. Let me go see what's going on. But then I forgot he's driving this electric stove. So I'm like, oh, smack, it's the 52 fake out. That's his trunk.
Electric stove?
Yeah, he's driving an electric stove.
Yeah.
That was his trunk. I said, damn, this is a setup because people do this. Pull over on the side of the road. That's how Epstein stuff got started.
That's how we get you.
Rumor has it that they pull over to the side of the road. You being a good Samaritan saying, damn, somebody needs some assistance. I'm going to go out there and help them. And bam, they throw you in that little electric stove and drive off. And you never see you again. You on the milk box, you on TikTok, you on IG, you got people looking for you and everything else.
So you telling me you pull over and you end up in the stove like a bobblehead?
Yeah, you in the oven. You in the oven. You're in the oven of that stove.
Goodbye, kidney.
Since it's got sometime, it's a sometime we're gonna say it sometime.
But there's
it's
a weight and
show,
size
man.
difference.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
They ain't throwing anybody in there.
Well, that's true. If you're the wrong size, you're like, oh, thank you for your help. I'm good.
Yeah.
Tesla's huge. The Tesla's huge. It
Well,
don't hold 3 bodies.
They don't want somebody with they want to get a heart attack heart. So
They don't want to catch a body, try to catch a,
Yeah, catch a body, catching a
They
body.
don't want to catch a body, try to catch a body. They just want your kidney. They don't want the body.
But they want your heart to still be beating when they take the kidney out.
Yeah.
How in the world in the cigar we get to talking about snatching parties?
Whoa, mind your business over there.
Whoa,
See, now we always got a regulator.
Take it easy.
Speaking of cigars, I'm gonna tell you what I'm smoking today. It's the first time I'm smoking it. This Crown Head Broadway. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet.
That's a new one, ain't it?
I loved it.
It's a unique flavor profile. I can tell you that for me. I'm a little sleepy. I don't think that has anything to do with my palate, but I'm going to use that as an excuse. But it's a little different. It's a little different. It's just the Broadway by Crown Head. First time I had this smoke. Cigar Concierge said he loves it. I'm getting him. I'm about 2/3 in. I'm going to see what's going to happen.
But that's the one you want to test with a Robusto. That's
And so, what you smoking on now? You ain't got your glasses on, so you can't see shit.
So I'm
weed,
trying a little something different.
Oh, I like different.
Well, it's not real different. It's out of the closet, and
pause
we
with that.
really,
Oh,
the real cigar aficionados would say that's a no-no. But this is what you call the tobacco. Remember that one?
Yeah, okay.
I like
Remember that?
Tobacco.
Not really, but yes. I
Remember
knew
that?
I started out with tobacco.
That was your first one.
I started out with
Bobby.
tobacco. Yeah. I was
That's
smoking a
what made
little.
me go back.
Whoa,
'cause
what?
That,
Baccarat.
that was one of Steph's first cigars.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What did he say? He started with the box or the tobacco?
Tasty cake.
See, I'm smoking.
It ain't just lemon donut. I'm saving for
roll
later.
Me or more.
That's
That's a
disrespectful,
lemon
man.
cheesecake
You better eat that
donut.
donut
Cheesecake.
too.
Oh, lemon cheesecake donut.
Yeah, that's a lemon cheesecake donut.
Wait, hey, Mike, what you said? What you smoking?
I'm smoking the. What's that again, Bob? I'm smoking.
Y'all got this mic bouncing around.
More.
The listening experience for the listeners is going to be jacked up. This mic didn't hit around. Boom, 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 bam, boom.
Me and more.
Me and more. Good smoke.
Okay, me and more. Okay. Money. What you got?
I have a Baccarat. It's called a baccarat.
Okay, I'm telling about it.
Well, I've been smoking it for a while. I tend to grab it. It works with me. It keeps the
keep the mosquitoes off you.
Yeah, it keeps the mosquitoes off of me, but it also
Is it medium?
it's medium.
It's a medium.
It's medium, so I'm rocking with it, and I don't got to liking it, and I grab it. But I'm open for change. I'm always open to experience.
That's how life is.
Michael Ealy.
I'm always
He
open
ain't
to
gonna shoot
experience.
nobody. Get on leather pants.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Wow! Darts. Well, we want to acknowledge that the Reverend Jesse Jackson has passed away. Rest in peace, rest in power to the family of Reverend Jesse Jackson. We will acknowledge that here at the lounge.
Remind me to tell you about the 3 times I met Jesse.
Well, you can tell us right there. You can tell us one of those times.
The first time.
But he was a jive turkey half his life though. Just let you know.
Oh wow!
Well, that's
Wow!
Well-
Security.
We're not gonna
Wow!
get to our answer.
Wow! Okay, here we
I'm gonna let
go.
people know that he was a jive. He did some jive
Jesse
turkey shit.
Jackson. Jesse Jackson is a civil rights
He
icon.
did some jive turkey shit.
He's a
We
civil
gotta
rights.
be real. We gotta be real. This is real
Listen,
stuff.
listen,
Okay, so
listen,
what you
listen,
saying?
This
listen.
is documented stuff. It's not like you know.
I've often heard.
Who off the slave ship left on the skull?
Damn.
Okay, we all done some crazy.
No, some of these young
But we're
kids
not
think.
gonna speak bad on the
Some of
ancestors.
these
He's
young
an
kids don't
ancestor
even know
now.
what
Yes.
slavery,
I need
slavery out
pure
there.
reverence and respect for the ancestors, because one day you're gonna be one. We're gonna have a lot of respect for you
Right, but I ain't fucked nobody over.
that we know of.
That. Yeah. Well,
pretty sure
that's
that
We
the
know
stir-
somebody
you
he
done
did.
this life is still early.
Somebody work got some negative on you.
Yeah.
You're right.
There you go. So let's have respect for our ancestors.
Too soon. I just want to say,
No, don't say it. Don't do it.
Rainbow Coalition,
You acting like Cedric,
the Rainbow Coalition.
the
I just want to
entertainer.
say the Rainbow Coalition was the Black Panthers. Let's go on. Let's move on.
Okay, we're going with that.
Okay.
Well, I want to be like the governor. What's your source?
Black Panthers, Rainbow Coalition. Everybody know Black Panthers started the
Everybody
Rainbow
know?
Coalition.
I don't know.
I didn't know.
Jesse
I didn't
Jackson
know either.
stole the Rainbow Coalition from the Black Panthers, and then they annihilated the Black Panthers. That was part
Well,
of the
can we
package.
just say that the Black Panthers format was the blueprint for a lot of other organizations?
No,
to do the same thing? We can say that.
the whole Rainbow
That was,
Coalition.
we call it the foundation. He worked off their foundation and built.
Jesse Jackson?
Yeah, we can say that.
He didn't work off his foundation at all. He was anti-fighting.
Anti what?
He didn't want to fight. Black Panther says by all means necessary. So it's different. It's
Yeah,
different.
but I ain't heard
It's
no Black
different.
Panther getting that scuffling with
It's
nobody.
different. All of the leaders
What with
were
the
When's the
soft.
last
Reverend
time you heard
Jesse
any Black
Jackson?
All
Panthers
the
out there?
leaders soft. That's why we in this predicament
When did you
now.
ever hear the Black
If somebody
Panthers
would have said
scuffling?
fuck this, we would be in this predicament.
Now, wait a minute now.
I'm telling you.
Of
I'm
all
telling
the
you.
stories we heard about the Black Panthers, has anybody ever heard a story where they had that scuffling in the street?
Like really threw down.
Like really throw it out.
No, I never.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm
Black Panthers.
Black Panthers.
You ever heard of them taking somebody out of a building and taking them to Cuba? You ever heard that story?
Nope.
You ever heard of?
You the only one.
Yeah.
You've never, wow.
So you got to educate us now.
Yeah. Talk to us.
Black Panthers. You didn't know they rescued
ChatGPT.
They rescued somebody out of jail and took her to Cuba.
We
talking
don't know
about
anything about it.
the Shakur lady.
Yeah, Shakur and finished Shakur.
They got out of jail and took it there. So we didn't
Yeah,
know.
they went in and got her.
Do they believe she was wrongfully arrested?
Yes,
Well, then that's probably why they went and got her.
right.
I would have went and got her too.
We're going to have to check those facts on that.
But Mike, we
That's
talking about
Everybody
physical
knows
fighting.
that.
We talking about any physical fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Hands on.
Yeah, we talking about physical.
Somebody catch your hands.
I mean, do we
ain't
know
never
any
heard
of
them
that?
throwing it at nobody catch your
Physically
hands.
fighting.
Fighting for the rights. No,
Fighting-
because
fighting
they
period.
were
Fighting for disrespect, fighting for whatever.
We not going.
I mean, they're known for walking down the street with rifles.
Right.
in the beginning.
But that was their whole
They
tip.
opened up,
I never heard them
the soup
scuffle.
kitchens. All the soup kitchens
Nah.
came from the Black Panthers.
We understand that.
All of the clothing
understand
and the
that.
homeless dishes
But
all
we've
came from the
never
Black
known
Panthers,
them to
and it
be
was
fisted
raised
up.
by the Rainbow Coalition from Jesse Jackson, and some calm down rhetoric.
But we've never heard Black Panthers out
Okay.
there scuffling.
You never heard. Now, don't say we. Can't stop saying we. Say you never heard.
Majority of us in the room here have never heard it.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
Why you think Jesse doesn't
We
talk
sick,
at
massa.
the
We
Million
sick.
Man March? Why you think Jesse didn't talk at the Million
I'm
Man
going to need
March?
you to bring some facts, sir.
Why did you think he didn't speak at the Million Man March?
Well, I
Use the
thought
source.
he did speak.
He didn't speak.
I thought he did speak.
No.
We need the source. We need,
Farrakhan
we
said
need,
they
we
wasn't
need the
getting
source. We need the source right now.
But Bumper, you're more in tune to, those people. Did he speak or not?
No, he did not speak.
Well,
I was there. Front
quoting-
row.
I
Front row.
thought he did
Okay,
speak.
okay, I take
'Cause
that.
Every
Front
last
row.
one of them.
Front row, I'll take that.
95, 2005.
You can't see no clearer than front row.
Front row.
I was right there.
Yeah, I was there, but
I was standing next
I
to the
don't
weekend.
Okay,
remember.
I take that.
I don't remember speaking.
See, I can't.
I don't think Dorothy Height spoke either.
Because
I
Jesse
can't-
Jackson wanted. Jesse
I can't
Jackson wanted
speak
the last.
on
He
it.
wanted to be the last speaker.
Well, that may have been the truth.
And what you call was like Farrakhan said, "This is my show."
He wanted to close out.
No, he can't close.
You said that'd be a
No,
negative.
well,
tip.
I can't remember whether Jess spoke or not. I just assumed he did. But
No, just
as I think about it, I don't remember him taking to the stage.
No, he didn't. He didn't come at all. He
I
didn't,
don't remember
matter
that.
of fact, he didn't
But
even support
I
it.
do
He
remember
didn't
the
support it.
Nation of Islam cornering him in Washington at a press conference because at first certain pastors in Delaware were urged by Jesse to stand down, meaning
Right.
we're not supporting the Million Man March.
Right.
Later,
Yes.
Jesse flipped the script and he sent out a blast to all of his pastors, said we on board. But by that time,
You're correct.
the nation and community activists had already put things in motion.
you are correct.
So the churches who were supporting Jesse were way behind
Right, you're
on accountability, membership, and all of that. But he did come, and he was there because they ensured that he was there, because they told him, we're going to mark you as a traitor if you do not come.
I guess he
I
didn't
remember
talk.
remember the news
I guess he
conference.
didn't talk.
Now, in other areas, I've heard that's messy, Jesse, and all that kind of stuff. Well, you'll hear that about
Like he's
anybody.
He's a garbage pail kid.
Anybody who actually who rises to the ranks of notoriety going to be open. But let's not forget his contribution. You know what I mean? He spoke at a time when we needed to
calm down.
hear. No, we
We needed to calm down.
No, and he didn't talk about
We
calming
need
down.
to calm
No,
down.
no. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Jesse spoke to our self-esteem. Jesse spoke to our identity. Jesse spoke to the things that moved us to action because we as a people at that time were so fickle. This is only Pastor Bumpy's piece. So when I watched Jesse, right, that's what excited me about him. My first time I met Jesse Jackson was at Kingswood Community Center. He came in and there were crowds just to see him when he came out of the building. This about 30 years ago. When he came out of the building, I pressed my way like the woman trying to get that healing. Touched the hem of his garment.
Yes.
I hollered at him because he was like 4 people in front of me. I said, Reverend Jackson, and he looked back, and I was able to grab his arm, his hand, and I grabbed him with a strong grip.
Yeah.
With a strong grip.
Strong.
With a strong grip. And he turned completely around and said, my brother. He said, yeah. He said, what's your name? I said, Ty. He winked and he kept moving. That's the first time I met Jesse.
What year was this about?
About 30 years ago. This was Kingswood Community Center. And, well, yeah, it's river. They moving into the
We'll
whole
say
new
92.
Kingswood.
We'll say 92, 93.
Yeah, they moving into the whole new Riverside Reach and all that. But don't forget, I stayed and was raised on that block. Right there on 23rd Street. I was on 23rd, which was in between Bowers and Claymont. And Kingswood sat 23rd and Claymont.
Why was he there?
He was there to do a rally or something. One of the pastors brought him in. I suspect, I don't know for sure, but I know that network is real tight. Back then, the only person who had dibs to pull him was a pastor. As a matter of fact, the pastor is Logan Herring's grandfather. Logan Herring, Reverend Herring. Reverend Herring was a blind preacher and Republican.
Oh, wow.
And he pulled a lot of folks together. He pulled Jesse in. Now, with Reverend Herring pulling him in, remind me to tell you about the second time I met Jesse.
Well, the first time I ever saw Reverend Jackson was my stepfather's mother, my grandmother, took us to the church in Augusta, Georgia, church called the House of Prayer. He was there.
When was this?
This was, this is late 70s maybe. When
Damn,
I saw him.
you
That's
old.
the first time I
God
saw
damn.
him. At the House of Prayer.
God damn. Damn.
Late 70s. Nigga, I'm sorry. How do you? God damn.
But what moved me?
Excuse.
Why was he there?
Forgive us, Mike.
He was a baby. Hi, I guess I hope he was a baby.
He had to go.
Yeah, right. He ain't had no choice.
Oh, it is a big.
He was a little boy. He had to go.
Yeah.
He was not a little boy.
That was a big deal.
He wasn't a little boy.
He ain't that
I
old.
hope he was.
See,
He was
now,
grown.
Goddamn.
When King died, he
you
was a grown
got see.
man.
You got, look,
Jesse Jackson.
Oh, we
was a
talking
grown
about
man
him.
when King died.
We talking about Mike.
Yeah,
We talking about Mike.
He was a little
He
kid.
could be a little boy.
We talking about Mike.
Yeah, he had to go. He ain't had no choice about where he
see
was going.
what
to
I
go.
loved about Jesse. I don't, and I didn't have the privilege of being beside him in the office and boom, boom, boom. But what I read and what I saw moved me. He tends to always
Really, man? Come on, man.
He
Sorry
tend
about that. Come
to
on,
be
man.
fighting for those who were less than, least thought about,
Reverend
and left
Jackson
out.
did that.
He thought about that, and that's kind of what I was.
Mike over.
Jesse
We
Jackson
talk about
knocked that over.
Obama's
That's what I
speech
asked you. Come on, man.
at the Democratic National Convention.
He said what?
We talk about Obama's speech at the Democratic National Convention.
Right.
But you need to hear Jesse Jackson. They made that to an album.
Oh, that.
I had that album.
That keep hope alive bullshit.
Come on, man. Stop that.
He's hating over
You
here.
need to hear his
Bruh,
speech.
We
You-
are
hold
at a
on now. Let me
predicament
finish.
right now
Let me
that
finish.
we have to have a Black Lives Matter
Let me
because of
finish.
hope. Keep
Let me
hope
fin-
alive.
Let me finish. You need to hear that speech.
I'm mad.
That wasn't a speech for black people.
Well, we wouldn't really. Hey, Mike, let me
It
say
was
this.
a
Let me say
magnificent
this.
speech.
We wouldn't really have a Black Lives Matter if we matter our own lives.
Go ahead on now. You done said something.
You understand what I'm talking about? If we matter our own lives and take responsibility for our own selves, then we wouldn't need to put out there that
we don't know how to do that.
Then we wouldn't need to put out there that we
don't
need to
know how
matter.
to do that.
White people don't put out white lives matter because they matter their
You
lives.
matter your own life, don't you?
We don't know how to do that.
I said you matter your own life, right?
See, and when I look at when we talk about us taking care of us,
Yeah.
it's a good vision,
It is.
and it's something that we all should strive for. But us taking care of us, you also have to remember that we live in a country, right, where we don't own the real estate and we don't set up the rules around owning real estate. We don't control the finances. Everything we get has to come from the dominant culture.
Exactly.
And the dominant culture has certain things in place to ensure that we don't move at certain levels.
That's
and
all true.
Certain
That's all-
momentums.
That's true. But I'm talking about when you have to announce that I matter in 2000, then that means you failed somewhere controlling your own self.
But we can't
Well,
control our
I don't
own.
know
That means
if I agree
yeah,
with that.
man, yes
I
you
don't
can,
agree
yes
with
you
that.
can, yes
Well,
you
the
can.
first thing we
There
got
does
to be
not
honest
need,
about
there does
how
not need to be a
Black
person in
Lives
prison
Matter
until
come
that person
about.
put himself in prison.
No. Black Lives Matter.
Well,
I
what's
thought.
accountability? We talking about now. You talking about self accountability?
I'm talking about
That's-
self accountability.
but that's one thing.
If you have
That's different.
self accountability,
That's
then you
different.
have mostly everything.
No.
If you have self accountability, then you have
But that's
you,
Black
you have
Lives
85%
Matter.
of it.
That's different.
Yeah, I think
To
that's
me,
I
Black
would-
Lives Matter was a response to the system we saw killing us in blue. Now, it wasn't all police, it wasn't all agencies, but it was too much, and it was too unjust. When you look at what was going on around this country, and you look at the percentages of who we are in this country and who was dying at the hands of police, you know there's a problem. So these folks say, wait a minute. We know y'all have set it up to where white lives matter, but black lives matter too, and just as much.
Okay.
That was the argument, I thought.
Yes, I agree with that.
I can agree with that.
I agree with that. Now, what you were speaking about, I'm thinking was
I
coming.
understand what you're saying in the sense that we have to do better with governing, self-governing, number one, and taking care of our communities and things of that nature. So I definitely understand that. You're saying no, somebody shouldn't be murdered in cold blood at a routine traffic stop with nobody at harm, no drugs or paraphernalia in the car. Even
No
with a
weapon.
record, we should not have these senseless murders where protocol and procedures aren't being followed. Cop is afraid for his life. He shoots and kills a black man. That's an issue. But we should not be killing each other. We should not be doing some of the things that we're doing in the community. So I do understand that part. That part we
it certainly weakens our culture. It weakens our nationality. It weakens who we are as a people when we treat each other the way we do. It weakens us. So if anything is weakened, it allows for something to come in. If something is solid, it has difficulty penetrating.
Right.
But anything weak, it's gonna leave.
But what if we are weak because this is not our country? We're already at a weak status.
Hold up.
So let's
stop.
No,
This
I'll
is-
give you an example. Can I give you an example?
Yeah, because
I
you
live
got.
on a cul-de-sac. I live on a cul-de-sac. We own our houses on our cul-de-sac. So I'm going to govern my community different because I own that sack. He own that sack. We
Pause.
on one street.
Watch your sacks.
So crime on that
we don't
street
want-
gonna be lesser than a crime on the street that somebody don't own. So if I'm in the community that I
You
don't own,
don't own no cul-de-sac, bro. You own the house that's on that street.
that's the community though. That's our community.
But do you
We
really even own that?
community?
Do you really own that?
That's my point.
But I'm
And all-
saying mine.
Now, we don't wanna go too deep.
Mind wise, if you
So-
when it
so-
ain't yours, and you
So
don't, you don't care about it as
listen
much.
to this, man.
You
Listen
don't care
to
about
this.
it as much when you don't own.
Let me just put this.
That's
for,
why the projects are so devastating.
Let me just say this for
'Cause
food.
they don't own the projects.
Let me just say this for food for thought.
Break it down. We're hungry. They're hungry. They're very hungry.
Tulsa, Oklahoma was black owned, 35 businesses, right? Greenwood, right? And you have one of the most successful blacks in the United States owned a hotel and several people worked.
Right.
Why was it necessary for them to bomb the only city, only little town that's ever been, where bombs have ever been dropped in this United States? They dropped bombs on Tulsa. Stop. Stop.
You're right.
Stop. And they own that. Why is it that in Rosewood, Florida, where they own Rosewood, and they were prosperous, and they weren't messing with anybody, why was it necessary to go in because a white woman says, he raped me? Why was it necessary to go in and burn the whole town down and they had to sneak people out on the train? And the white man who was the train conductor, history records that he said, please don't say how you got out. Because he knew it would come back to him. Why is it that in New Jersey? Why is it that the Cape Fair? Why was that destroyed? How is it that you go all over this country and you see lakes, and then people would say, you know, it's a black town under there, where they intentionally flooded towns. That ain't got nothing to do with, we own that. And I think the psychology of that behavior is so deeply embedded in us, we're afraid to build like that anymore. Because not only did they destroy it, they erased its memory.
Preach. Preach.
We don't know how to do it.
Preach.
The argument in that is, or the debate rather in that is, we can do the same thing again today. It's just that we're so in tune to each individual ourselves, we don't care about collectively doing anything like that today. We have gotten our or mine's piece of the pie, and that's all I care about today. We can certainly build a town. We can certainly, oh, it's a fact. We can certainly build a town and make it all black today because we have the resources to do that. We also have the confidence to maintain. We also have the confidence.
He's right.
We also have the
He's
confidence to maintain it. Ain't nobody coming into Oklahoma in 2026 burning shit down that blacks own today, because we are built like that, and they're not coming in there. They were not built like that back then, man. They still had the mentality that you were the master.
They were fresh out of slavery. Please do. You need to come.
By all
to the mic.
means.
Stand by. We have a gentleman coming to the mic.
J-Dub. The autobiography of J-Dub.
Yes, we're
Sit down, Charlie.
moving mics around here as this conversation is getting very deep in reference to the historical pathology of the black man. the black people.
Where your lotion at on your nose?
Mind your business. Tell them mind's business.
Grab that mic with a white glove.
Oh shit!
Go get the white glove service.
He better quit playing. He better quit playing with that white glove.
ain't
First
talking
of
about
all,
Michael
Smoke
Jackson
World.
right now.
I'll pass.
Thank you for the platform to be able to, share this, man. This is very enlightening and poignant, and needs to be, to rearrange the psychosis.
You wait on that for?
Steph, let me append what you stated. Yes, we have a certain financial latitude now to where, and we got that fight and flight mentality now. Us.
That's what I'm saying.
Not when we were still living under the post-traumatic slave syndrome
Well said.
by Dr. Joy DeGroy. May I get an amen, Reverend?
Amen. Yes. You blessed me with
Yes,
that book.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Let's
Yes.
talk.
Yes.
Syndrome.
Which is a real thing. If you didn't read the book, get the book.
Absolutely.
Real thing.
Just like now, how these modern psychologists speak about. Yes, and Dr. Naeem Akbar, the founder and past president emeritus of the National Black Psychological Association.
Right. To change the slavery. On the mind.
Change the mindset. In fact, he has a book called The Community of Self. That's one. That was a poignant book. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. We do have the je ne sais quoi, we have the financial latitude, and we also have that mentality of fight and flight, or fight for what's yours by right, or shut up. We do have that, but we now, as a community, as a people, as an ilk, are continually and perpetually trying to keep up and or equate ourselves with that demographic.
Yeah.
That demographic, i.e., the Birkin, the Manolo, the Fendi, the Gucci, etc., etc. Where's your self-identity, folk? What happened to the Kente cloth? What happened to wearing dopes? What happened to wearing natural jewelry such as, of course, diamonds that come out of Africa, but those earthy energy collecting type of.
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
Or the Malcolm XX. Right.
You're right.
Which gives self-identity, strong self-identity. Right now in America, there is a drive of certain demographics to ensure their survivability. We already know what I'm talking about. It's a push right now for their self-identity. Why aren't we doing that same thing? What's wrong with referring back to books and academics of the Reverend Ronald E. Williams, i.e., the Deacon of Defense, where the Black Panthers got their idea from?
Thank you.
Richard Allen.
Richard Allen.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about Richard Allen. I'm talking about.
Why can't we
Y'all cut the ringers off. Cut the ringers off.
refer to some of them?
Some of the stuff, yeah.
Exactly.
That did build.
Exactly. Let me come at this fraternities and sororities, Greek as well as Masonic.
All right, now you playing around.
No, this is real.
This real stuff.
And I'm certified to say to anybody who knows me, they can come at me with that, and we can go into an anthrohistorical pathology and or diatribe and discuss this issue.
You take it from the University of Penn and bring it to Payne College.
Okay.
Or
Lincoln University.
Thank you. Bring it down, son.
Their master's degree program is trash. But nonetheless,
Whoa, watch yourself now.
hey man, tell them, hey, all those went to Lincoln, come see me too.
He looking for a
Y'all
separate
know.
argument, Mike.
But the point I'm trying to make is this. We in these Greek fraternities, sororities, Elks, Masons organization, and their foundation is to elevate us. But we in this thing hopping, hooking, shimmying, no disrespect, twerking. Man, I had a conversation with a member of the D9, I say that. And I asked certain questions, they looked at me like, huh? I'm like, how long you been in? I didn't know that. You didn't know X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. These are motivators for us to get to that level where we're supposed to be. Examples. Let me be honest with this. Let me take it to the Masonic tip, and I ain't going to give too much. Masons have a second degree. That second degree is to give you the philosophical, historical et cetera, to give you that sense of self-identity. Right. And we just spitting it out like it ain't nothing.
Behold the tree, the wine instead.
Yeah, talking about geometry, treats the powers of properties where length, breadth, and thickness are considered from a point to a line, a line to a
So we know how to do it.
And don't know, right. Why?
We do know how to
Intellect, no, mediocrity and laziness.
Right mediocrity.
Oh, we think we arrived. Never arrive. We will never arrive if we have this mentality that we have right now. So with that being said, I give you examples so that you can go academically with citations to look it up for yourself and gain some self-identity for yourself, people. So what Jesse been doing, come on, man. When is somebody going to take the mantle and step up? Not these weave patent ass tongue all out, being loud, capricious.
Whoa.
Hold on. What I'm saying.
Security.
Feel me though for a moment, Stone.
I know you ain't talking about sister in Texas.
No, I'm just saying. Women,
Whoa, don't go there.
No.
Hey, leave my girl Jasmine alone, baby.
I'm speaking generally.
I'm with you.
I get Sister Crockett, no shade. He went there, but
we're not talking about Crockett.
He went there. I'm speaking about the general populace. Okay, I put it like this.
Shaniqua and Pookie.
Yeah, them. Going to
Raheem.
Going to not arenas, going to offices, going to fields where they popping off like that instead of logically, rationally, and intellectually weaponize the intellect to get where we need to be.
Weaponize the intellect.
And I'm gonna say this point, and I'm gonna leave this alone.
And keep the emotions out of it.
That's the point I'm trying. Keep the emotions out of it. Keep your feelings to yourself. Emotional intelligence. Have some type of foundation of emotional intelligence. I.e., this is me. Most would think that, you don't know, the big burly dark, whatever. But when you use the indoctrination that has been forcibly imposed in us psychologically, and then you switch that game up on that demographic, watch their eyes get big, jaws drop. They might even say some slick stuff. Oh, you're yeah. Or you're the exception.
But you don't realize there's a whole bunch of me.
There's a whole bunch of me out there. You have to use, and I'm going to use a Hannibalism.
There is a vast number of us.
Right.
That capable of comprehending.
I'm going to use the Hannibal strategy.
So if we don't
That
articulate
same
it,
indoctrination that we were indoctrinated, weaponize it and use it on the other.
so if we don't articulate it, we don't get it. We don't receive it. Wait a minute. Interesting.
So this is what I love about the Smoke
weaponize
World
it. Gotta
podcast. When you
weaponize
put these
it.
mics
Gotta
up, you never
weaponize
know who's going to get on this mic
something
and talk
like,
some
interesting.
stuff.
Something like Keep Hope Alive did the opposite than you're trying to say.
Okay, that's a very good point, sir. Those old antiquated ways just gives you a foundation. Use those old antiquated ways and elevate it. That's why you have policy methods. One of them, the last one, is reevaluation. You got to check it every now and then to see if it works, tweak it, improve it. No, we still keep hope alive. I am somebody, which is respect. Which is respect, right?
But that's 50 years.
But
That's
it's a
almost
good
50 years
foundation.
old.
Elevated.
That's almost 50 years
You
old.
take the mentality of Martin Luther King. You take the mentality of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Bismillah.
You take the
Alhamdulillah.
mentality of Barack Obama. You take the mentality of Marcus Garvey, and I'm gonna throw another name that's gonna mess you all up. Disregard his personal thing, but you take the mentality of Dr. Malachi York.
Woohoo! Oh, Yorkie. Yes.
And then you add in Dr. Claude Anderson. And you implement these things.
John Henry Clark.
And Dr. John, especially Dr. John Henry Clark.
Boy, you better talk that
And
gospel.
you put all that in there, and you start fashioning your foundation, your organization behind those right there. Just don't, that's a minimum. There's others you don't even know about that's local. That's dangerous.
I'm doing Farrakhan. I'm sorry.
Well, Farrakhan's a product of Elijah
It
Muhammad.
takes a little bit of everybody.
A little bit of everybody.
That's the problem.
Well,
changes.
I don't think everybody. Everybody's not worth listening to.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm talking about the people that you mentioned.
Right.
the people that you mentioned, it's critical that we take those things, right? Because my aunt will tell you, God rest her soul, that the players don't change. I mean, the game don't change, it's the players.
Right.
And as the problems evolve, so should our solutions to these problems evolve. But if we keep those things and those monikers as the base, we'll keep the agenda alive.
But that's that Howard University training right
I
there.
agree.
John Lewis, boy.
John Lewis?
Totally. But there's other factors. Because a lot of folks that are leaders are unequipped to lead. They are we you gotta first learn how to organize.
True.
And you organize, there's only two kind of powers. Organized money and organized people. If you don't have money to fuel, then you like in the wind. If you don't have people who hands that can implement, you in the wind.
But we have that.
Now,
That's why it
hold,
goes back to what he was saying. We have
We
money,
don't know.
Don't know how
No.
to use it.
but we have the
No, we
money.
don't.
Oh, we have the money. No, we have the money.
Let me just say this.
It's not being
I
properly
can't
used.
speak. I cannot speak globally when I live in Delaware. So I have to look at me and what my contribution is based on what I pull out. So I can't. How can me be as popular as I am, but not be as prosperous? Because I recognize I live in a state that's the fourth racist state in the nation. I live in a state that's not thinking about black baby boomers. If they were, they would have thought twice when they closed up Chrysler, when General Motors left, there was no access to the port. Where are all these people? Where are my people going to work? We certainly can't get into finance. We certainly can't get in architecture. We certainly can't get in wealth transfer with BPG. They put $1 billion into the city, $1 billion down at the riverfront. I can't point to 5 black millionaires. So how you gonna buy your way out when the dollar ain't even spending in your community?
Wow.
Let's
Right.
add
That's
on
right.
to that.
He's
Yes,
right.
yes,
Wow.
He's
yes.
right.
Let's add on to that.
I'm done.
You're right.
Nah. It takes bump.
Preaching here
that's-
today.
Okay.
that was-
Preaching.
that
I'll
was fact.
pen bump.
I didn't even know that.
I'll pen bump.
I'm just trying to tell you, bro. You
And the grassroots people,
know that shit.
meaning us, don't want to invest in their future.
Right.
Right.
I ain't even gonna talk about the preamble of the Constitution, but I will say the last sentence of the preamble and to ensure that our progeny goes on into perpetuity. What does that mean? What Bumpy talked about. Collective economics,
That's legacy.
collective economics, and unity.
Collective education,
And education,
collective health,
health,
health care, collective on justice issues,
yes,
collective on opportunities,
Mm.
not a job.
and
Yeah.
only,
We were conditioned, if you listen to Jane Elliott, not mean to cut you off.
yeah, Jane, go ahead. You
Jane
can.
says the first thing white folks, black folks in this country got to bear witness to as you were never educated. You were indoctrinated to be a good employee or a good person in that system. When you are educated, your creative juices are allowed to move, and you are allowed to add that to the intellect that you have around whatever you're doing. When
Just
I
like
shut
that.
off your creativity and say, no, this is what I'm paying you for, you become loyal, and your mindset is that of, I gotta produce what is needed to feed my family. You don't think of a better way to do it. You don't think of doing it yourself. You got, no, I can't. I gotta do what I do.
And you can thank Henry Ford for the 40-hour work week.
Oh, you ain't lying. And he's the consummate fascist.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
You can thank him for the 40-hour
Oh,
work week.
yes.
Learning something here. That's
Man.
education.
I
Education.
believe this must be said too. We must realize and recognize that the self-preservation is bigger than your family tree. It's bigger than your immediate household. The self-preservation of minorities, African and brown faces, should be one of which we are so hell-bent on doing what's necessary for the self-preservation of our people, that we be okay with not seeing it come to fruition. What does that mean? I'm willing to die. I'm willing to invest what I'm doing right now, that my kids or my kids' kids have it, and I'm okay with dying before I see it happen. That is the.
I believe that's what's going to happen.
What Dr. King was saying was, I believe that one day there will be a black man to hold the highest office in this nation, and I probably won't be here to see it.
He
But it
said
does not
that.
mean it does
He
not
said
mean
that.
that I'm going to stop doing the work to make sure that it happens, or to see that we start in that path to see it happen.
And it happened.
It happens.
But we got some preaching going on here today. There's some education being sent through the airways.
That was the hope.
Yes.
Jesse talked about.
And if
Now it might have been minuscule in the scheme of things. Barack, by the nature of his office, was not allowed to do for blacks what
Right.
Kennedy could do
You're right.
for his group.
You're right.
What George Bush could
You're right.
do for his group.
He wouldn't have been alive today.
Barack
telling you.
wore a beige suit one time,
And they had a fit.
and they killed
It
him.
was a scandal.
He wouldn't have
Michelle
been-
showed up one time just with her sleeves out. They still calling them gorillas and monkeys and all that crazy stuff. This is the venom. But you can't take away the fact that he made it. And you can't take away the fact that it wasn't all blacks that put him in. So I want to go back to that moral conscious group that understood he deserved it,
Right.
black or not.
Right.
I want to talk to them and say, I want your same mindset when we come to build a building. We deserve to be building buildings.
built the White House.
Yeah.
We built the White House. We built the White House.
We shall
Here's why I
overcome.
think that, well, if we pigeonhole the monikers like
Brother,
Keep
we
Hope
messed up
Alive
that shit,
and
tell you.
Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, those phrases should resonate to the end of time, because it's not just the hope of being able to sit at a counter and get fair service. It's not just the hope of being able to sit anywhere we'd like to on the bus. The hope is going to forever have its meaning be changed according to what we don't have in this society.
Right.
The hope or the mission is going to forever change when new problems arrive. If it's unequal, if it's not equitable, we're going to be fighting for that hope. We're going to be fighting for that equality.
Right.
Period.
You have to pool your resources in order to fight.
Yes, all people, poor, all that. Eating oatmeal for breakfast every day.
Black eyed peas and
Cheap
rice.
cuts of meat. All
And
that.
bread.
The resources. We do have the resources. Okay, because when you on the simplest level, on the simplest level, the new Jordan come out. Black people in line for
Yes.
the Jordans. So if we got the money to buy new Jordans, not to knock Jordan himself, but we got the money to buy Jordans. Take some of that money and pool it toward your to the community.
And that's
Let's
what I'm
build
speaking
something.
that we
I
lost.
remember about 25 years ago, me and some brothers sitting around talking. We said, look, if we all just pool our money, put $100 in, and do this throughout the year, we have some money we can go buy a building. So we started doing it. We started pulling that money in together. But the purpose was to put it together, to build, put 20% down on the building, and we could rehab, rent out, and then continue to do it. And it started out with 10, dropping $250 every month. It went from 10 down to 3 in less than 4 months.
Oh.
Why? Because well, I don't see no happening with the money. The money's sitting in the bank. It's earning interest. We know what we're doing. We got a goal here. Keep your eye on the goal. Don't worry about the how and with steps to it. Don't worry about the first 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. We looking at the end. We see the end. Let's get to the end. That's where we got to go. But they didn't want to do it.
How come? Because everybody else is doing
What
it.
about me? What about me?
Everybody else is doing it. Every other demographic is doing it.
Well, they don't have the scars.
Thank you.
They don't have
Trauma.
They don't have the trauma. You know, the brother said something earlier about DeGru Leary,
Dr. Joy DeGroy.
Traumatic
Post-traumatic
slavery syndrome on both sides. Of people who can kill a people, then take their body parts, they kill them in front of the kids, castrate them, burn them, then cut the body parts and sell them as museum pieces. You think that child doesn't grow up thinking that I'm worth more than him? I'm worth more than her. Why? Because my great-great-grand got a jar with a Negro's ear in it. So what is that saying? I'm not fighting for no civil rights. I'm fighting for human rights. Treat me first like a human being.
Go ahead, Malcolm.
Then we can begin to talk about leveraging resources. I can't talk to a people. I know why they buy Jordans. When I was a child, I acted as a child. That means that the child always needs to be affirmed. What do you say to your son? Son, that's a good job. My man. And that son gets the feeling like I'm a part of. And I need to do more of this. What do you say to a child that shows up in school with other kids at Jordan and he got on Bobos? What the hell? Who are you?
Watch
Who
yourself.
raising you?
Oh.
They don't think nothing about this. People live in a community where $34,000 is the average income. Who knows that? But they know that kid don't belong because they just don't have them sneaks on. When I become a man, I put away childish things. I said, Michael Jordan don't need my money and them sneaks. I don't need them sneaks. I need something to make my feet feel good so I can keep moving. And I need that money because I want to make moves.
Watch yourself, Bumpy. I don't know why everybody looked over here. Listen, that was poignant. Some things you just got to let the mic drop. This podcast was a hell of an educational podcast. We learned some things. We had everybody share their input, their perspective. We was going in a different direction in the beginning. But I'm glad we went this way. And sometimes you just got to let things just be. And I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. We got anything? We're going to close it out. You can raise your hand. It's like church. If you have your last departing words that you'd like to share with the audience here as we end this podcast, because I have nothing else to add to that. It's a beautiful thing.
How about a question? Where do we start first? How about that? Where do we start first? We talking about all of this. Where do we
I got
start
it right here.
first?
At the end of every Masonic meeting, most jurisdictions, the final words is
Charge.
Be careful now. Be careful. Be
careful.
careful now. Be careful.
I'm hit you with it.
Oh yeah, it's you can bring it.
You got some 7-day Adventures that's
It ain't no
listen to the
secret for you.
podcast.
And the final thing is, be ye of one mind.
Yes.
Say it again.
And
Say it again.
be
Say
ye of
it
one
slow so they can
mind.
hear it.
Be ye of one mind.
And let all animosity what? Take your time, Past Master.
I gotta remember what it say. Help me out.
Shit, I'm slipping. That's why I went to you. Let all animosity be put aside. Something. Oh yeah.
It'll come to us.
Yeah, it'll come to. Yeah, we
So,
all
there it is.
hyped up.
Corey, be ye of one mind. Finish it for us.
Say what?
Be ye of one mind.
One purpose.
He said,
Yeah.
Yeah,
In other
well,
words,
they all.
in the Marine Corps, especially in boot camp, San Diego and Paris Island, we have saying one click, one sound. One click, one sound. That's unity.
Did we address it if we could or couldn't advance? Because we were talking about the resources and this, that, and the third. All you got to do is go look, and the fear of not of having it being erased or burned down or whatever. When you go look at certain areas like Atlanta, when you go look at places in Houston, when you go start looking at places around the nation where you got thriving and communities on the cutting edge, African American communities on the cutting edge of having the best of technology and parking meters and all kind of stuff, like just the way they do things in those places better. We just got to go and figure out and take those ideas and bring them back. That's
Exactly.
All right,
Yes,
we got
yes.
to leave.
Wow.
So that's how we start.
You got to start somewhere.
Gotta
And
start
whoever
somewhere.
the leader is, if I had to vet them, I would say, are you okay? Are you okay with dying before you see it happen? If you okay with you dying and you being 70-some years old before it happened, you the man for the job. If you want to see it yourself, you may not be cut out for it.
So you think we should use the leader approach or go with like a round table type of aspect?
I think it's going to take many people, many hands lighten the load.
And it's gonna take implementation.
Right.
What's up, brother?
Wow. This was educational, inspirational, and there is nothing else to be said about that. Brothers, I thank y'all for the wisdom, the word, your time, and your dedication And this is all based on this thing they call the leaf. We're sitting around smoking something they call tobacco. This has brung us together. This is a powerful tool, whether we know it or not. We take it for granted. I don't think we would know each other in our reality if we didn't have this.
Right.
If not for this, I don't think we all be sitting here as brothers. So we thank that leaf, those rollers, those thought processes. With that, we thank you for listening. SmokeWorldPodcast.com is the website.
Got everything you need, baby.
Everything you need. Second season's coming up on the video. We got our Wallow Senior. It's going to be our man. Look out for him.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Folks, Sketchers,
They ain't hear nothing until they heard him.
that part. Peace and love.
Peace.
It's the Smoke World Podcast. It's time to talk about what's happening, baby. So run, don't cry.